The Dusky Eagle-Owl is one of Kaziranga's most secretive residents, less often heard than seen, and usually only by those who take the time to look carefully. In Kaziranga National Park, this large, imposing owl spends much of the day in quiet repose, perched motionless within dense foliage along riverine forest and woodland edges. Its mottled brown plumage blends seamlessly with bark and shadow, making it almost invisible unless it shifts or opens its striking orange eyes. During daylight hours, the dusty eagle-owl is typically found dozing, conserving energy for its nocturnal life. It often chooses a shaded perch close to water or within thick canopy cover where it can remain undisturbed. Despite its size and presence, it is remarkably still, its hunched posture and closed eyes giving the impression of a lifeless branch. Yet this apparent stillness masks a vigilant awareness even in rest. It is alert to movement and sound. As dusk approaches, the owl gradually becomes active, stretching its wings and preparing for the hunt. It preys on small mammals, birds and reptiles, using its powerful talons and silent flight to ambush unsuspecting prey. Its deep resonant hoots echoes through the forest at night, a haunting reminder of the hidden life that stirs after dark.
In Kaziranga's hush, where tall reeds sway, a shadow slips through filtered jade green light. The green-billed Malkoha begins its day, a phantom stitched from leaf and feathered flight. Its olive cloak dissolves in forest shade. A crimson ring burns softly round the eye. With patient grace through tangled boughs it waits. A secret few has ever watched pass by. No hurried wing beat breaks the jungle's breath. It glides with quiet purpose, slow and sure. A hunter treading life and silent death. It redeems ancient, subtle and obscure. Among the creeper spiders meet their end, and lizards freeze beneath its measured gaze. Yet in its poise a gentler truth should descend, that stillness too can set the wild ablaze. So linger it where few will ever see, the whispered note in Kaziranga's song. The green-billed Malkoha, wild and free, a fleeting presence where all souls belong.
The grey-headed fish eagle is one of the most striking raptors inhabiting the wetlands of Kaziranga National Park, where rivers, marshes, and floodplains lakes create an ideal hunting ground. This medium-sized but powerful fish-eating eagle is easily recognized by its pale grey head contrasting with a dark brown body, a white tail marked with a bold black band, and strong curved talons adapted for gripping slippery prey. Perched silently on branches overhanging water, it embodies patience and precision, scanning the surface below before swooping down to snatch fish in a swift, controlled strike. In Kaziranga, the eagle is most often seen near wetlands, slow-moving rivers, and forested water edges where fish are abundant. Its presence reflects the park's ecological richness. As such, raptors depend on clean water systems and healthy fish population. Conservationists regard it as an indicator species. Its survival signals that wetland ecosystems remain balanced and productive. Though widely distributed across South and Southeast Asia, the grey-headed fish eagle is generally uncommon and often seen singly or in pairs. In Kaziranga, sightings are special moments for birders, adding to the park's reputation as a haven not just for megafauna like rhinos and buffalo, but also for rare and specialized birds of prey.
Pacific Golden-Plover is a quiet traveler of immense endurance, a bird whose presence in Kaziranga National Park feels almost like a whispered story carried across continents. Arriving after an extraordinary migration from its Arctic breeding grounds, it steps lightly into the floodplains and grasslands of Kaziranga, blending so seamlessly into the landscape that only a patient eye can truly appreciate its elegance. In its non-breeding plumage, the plover wears a subdued yet intricate coat of golden spangled brown above and soft pale tones below. This camouflage serves it well among the dry grasses and silted riverbanks of Kaziranga, where it forages with delicate precision. Watching it move is an exercise in stillness, short runs, sudden pauses, and quick pecks at insects and small invertebrates hidden beneath the soil. Every motion is sufficient, honed by the demands of long distance migration and survival in open habitats. Kaziranga's seasonal wetlands and open grasslands provide an ideal winter refuge. Here, the Pacific golden plover shares space with a variety of migratory waders, yet it often stands apart in demeanor, alert, solitary, and composed. Its soft, plaintive calls occasionally punctuate the air, especially at dawn and dusk, adding a subtle rhythm to the vast silence of the plains. Its arrival in Kaziranga is a testament to the interconnectedness of ecosystems across the globe, linking Arctic tundras to Indian floodplains in a single continuous cycle of life.
Ode to the Grey Heron. In Kaziranga National Park, by the reeds stood a grey heron tall, so silent and still by the marsh's green wall, with a spear-like beak poised and a patience well voiced. It waited for fish with a calm, watchful call. Through the mist came a lesser whistling duck not in flight, with a soft tilting whistle so light. It skimmed past the heron, who glanced but kept stern, guarding waters from morning till night. The heron stood regal, unmoved in its grace, with ripples of wetland reflected its face. Each step slow and wise, under vast open skies, a monarch of marsh in that tranquil space. And the duck drifted on with his musical cry through the wetlands that shimmered beneath the sky. Two lives briefly crossed in a world gently glossed and parted as cloud wandered lazily by.
In the vast floodplains of Kaziranga National Park, where tall elephant grass sways like a restless sea and the Brahmaputra's mist hangs low at dawn, the wild Tusker elephant moves with a presence that is both commanding and deeply ancient. He is not merely an inhabitant of this landscape, he is one of its defining spirits. A tusker, a male Asian elephant, distinguished by his long, curving ivory tusks, embodies raw power tempered by experience. His massive frame, dusted in the pale earth of Kaziranga, blends almost seamlessly with the terrain until he shifts, and then the illusion breaks, revealing a giant in motion. Each step is deliberate, pressing deep impressions into the soft ground, a quiet reminder of his weight and authority. The muscles beneath his wrinkled skin ripple subtly as he moves through the grassland, often alone, for mature tuskers tend towards solitude except during must or moments of social interaction. There is an air of quiet intelligence about him. His small, watchful eyes seem to absorb our every movement. The flicker of a bird raising the distant call of a greater one horned rhinoceros or the rustle of deer slipping through cover. His ears, large and fan like, flap rhythmically, both cooling his body and signaling subtle shifts in mood. When the sun climbs high, he seeks shade beneath scattered trees or stands partially submerged in a wetland, trunk lifting water to shower his back in slow practice arcs. Kaziranga's rich ecosystem offers him abundance. He feeds on grasses, weeds, and bark, shaping the landscape even as it sustains him. In breaking branches and clearing paths, the tusker unknowingly engineers the habitat, allowing smaller creatures to thrive into the spaces he creates. Yet his strength, so vital to the ecosystem, can also turn formidable. During must, a period of heightened aggression and hormonal surge, he becomes unpredictable, his movements charged with tension, his presence commanding distance and respect. And yet there are moments of surprising gentleness at the water's edge as the golden light of evening softens the plains. The tusker may be seen lingering in stillness. His trunk traces the surface of the water, sending ripples across a mirror sky, while egrets perch nearby, unafraid. In such moments, the immense power he holds seems balanced by a quieter grace, a reminder that wilderness is not only about survival, but also about rhythm, coexistence, and time. To encounter a wild tusker in Kaziranga is to witness something profoundly elemental. He carries within him the memory of forests long vanished and the enduring pulse of those that remain. In his steady passage through the grasslands, there is a story of resilience, dominance, solitude, and the fragile majesty of the wild. Ode to the Wild Tusker Elephant. There once was a tusker so grand who roamed Kaziranga National Park wild land. With a rumble so low, to the tall grass he'd go, a monarch both mighty and grand. At the edge of a shimmering pool, he arrived in the heat calm and cool. With a splash full of cheer, he forgot every fear and broke every mud-baiting rule. He rolled in the rich cooling clay, letting dust and the heat wash away. With a flap of his ears and contented low cheers, he wallowed through most of the day. Then he rose with a slow regal might, mud cloaked in the soft golden light. As he strode to the reeds to attend to his feet, a towering, magnificent sight. Nearby stood the buffalo strong, who had grazed there content all along. With one heavy tread and a toss of his head, knew the tusker had come to belong. So they scattered and gave him his space, each retreating with cautious, quiet pace. Even deer, swift and small, heeding nature's firm call, fled the strength in his towering grace. Through the reeds moved the shy hawk deer like, vanishing fast from the sight, while the buffalo too, with a glance sharp and true, kept their distance from possible fight. Adios, my birding friends. See you all next in episode 3, Kaziranga.